Just a moment, the page is preparing the live. Just a moment, the page is preparing. Okay, now we are on live on YouTube channel. Good evening, YouTube. Good evening for all. Today we are here just between girls, and today we will discuss about memories and all things related to it. But first of all, I would like to know you. So, Monica, could you present yourself, please?
Okay, my name is Monica. I am 47 years old. I live in São Paulo. I am married. I work in a Spanish company. I started in this company in February. Then I am learning a lot of activities, tasks. For me, it's good because my task nowadays is totally different. I have been done and until now, but I think it's very important. And I am studying English and Spanish.
Good. It's amazing to learn new things, to do new things. I like a lot. Thank you, Monica, for your presentation. What about you, Ayla? Could you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, good evening, girls. My name is Ayla. I'm from Belém, Pará State. I grew up here. I come from a small family. My mom, my little sister, and me. And I'm married. I have a daughter, and I've been studying this almost 3 years. And now I want to start to learn French. I hope I can, because so sometimes I'm busy because of my work, but it's normal. I try to overcome my challenges, and I'm here since 2021, and it was the best thing I do because nowadays I can speak. Now I'm doing now, so it's very good for me. That's it for now.
Thank you so much, Ayla. I love when you talk about your state, your place, your city. For me, it's amazing. Pará is a good city, and there is a lot of amazing places to go. And I love the food as well.
You need to come here.
Yes, I
You
need
to
to know more your city, your state. Thank you so much, Ayla. And you, Andrea, good evening. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, good evening, girls. My name is Andrea. I'm 45 years old. I live in Guarujá, but I was born in São Bernardo do Campo. I'm unmarried since 2007, I think. It's a long time. What else? I don't have kids. I work as an assistant administrative in a Japanese restaurant, and I've been attending on TNT since October 2021. As Ayla said, it's helping me a lot because this environment it's different, because I believe that we became more comfortable, more confident to speak, to commit mistakes. I've been committing a lot of mistakes, but I am more confident now. What else? Guys, I intend doing college this year because I gave up in the past, so I think it's necessary to grow up, and that's it. Let's see.
Amazing, Andrea. Which course do you intend to start?
Yes, I think I will start a Comércio Exterior. I don't know what to say in English.
Okay.
Because it's related to English. I don't want to lose the English. I love study, so I would like
You
to
already work with clients and other things related to this study, all right?
Yes, yeah, more or less. I work as an assistant administrative. I have to deal with a lot of clients, or how can I say, suppliers, but
Yes,
not,
yes.
yeah.
Good, amazing. Good girls. For me, I'm Sarah. I'm 31 years old. I'm a pharmacist. I work at a pharmaceutical company. Nowadays, I'm working from home. I work at a part of the industry related to the regulatory affairs of the company. I analyze the documentation of for registration of the drug products. And I'm married since 2016. In this next weekend, I will do 7 years of marriage. We needed to celebrate, and I don't have kids, and neither dog. But my parents have they have 4 dogs, and I love them. I love them. So girls, that's it. I will put the questions on the chat. Please let me know if you received the questions. Okay, it's okay. So the first one is the introduction. The second question, I will start reading. Could you tell us if any day you had any memory issues, for example, forgetting and critical meeting or something important? This situation happen with you, Monica? What do you think?
I don't have a bad memory. Oh my gosh, it's a big problem for me. But I use it to search my committed day another day, because I prefer this. But I remember once I forgot. I had a meeting. It was a big problem because I needed to participate for this meeting by phone. For me, it's terrible because I like to see. I like to participate in a laptop because I prefer a big screen. But I have this option. I had this option. It's okay. But I remember I got shame. It's correct.
Yes, I got you.
Oh my gosh.
What about an important situation? Did you forget once? For example, I had a friend. She forgot her birthday. It was so funny, girls. We arrived to the job, and we, oh, happy birthday, Isabel, happy birthday. She saw to us, and what? Why you are saying this? And we, today is your birthday, and she had forgot her birthday. It was so.
Yeah,
We have
I
sometimes a lot of things to do, and we forget this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's terrible. I imagine. Oh my gosh. No, I love my birthday. For me, it's impossible to forget my birthday.
Okay. Thank you, Monica. What about you, Ayla?
So guys, in my case, sometimes I've already had some memory issues, like when I forgot the name of people. So it's so embarrassing because people come and they start to talk to me, and in this moment, I try to remember, oh my gosh, what are the names? What are his name? What are her name? So it's very embarrassing. Uh, and I'm not good at memorize the looks like of the people. Uh, I'm not good. Uh, Sometimes I I think it's very interesting when people uh, see someone on TV and they can recognize it in the other moment, but I'm not good about it. Yeah, in my case, I think these two examples is my main problems about my memory.
I think you are similar to me. We remember the face, not the name. Are
Yes,
you in the
that's
same
true. I
way?
sometimes the names and about the face too. For example, when you see once someone and when I I meet there's someone I sometimes I can't I can't remember how was his or her face with the details. So I think it's difficult for me. I'm not good. And sometimes I forgot the main names of people also. So it's hard. It's an embarrassing situation. Yeah.
Yes, I have the same problem, and we be shame, as Monica said, we get shame about situation as well. What about you, Andrea? What do you think?
Guys, I don't consider myself a person that have a bad memory. I think I have a good memory, but sometimes I am very stressed or very tired, and I forgot things. I remember once I had to do a TED, a bank for another bank account in my job, and I completely forgot. In the other day, when I arrived at my job, my boss asked me to the to show the comprovant. I don't know how to say, and I remember. Oh gosh, I forget to do it, and it was terrible because it was a big value. I don't remember exactly now today, but yeah. But in general, I have a good memory. And sometimes I forget about the name, the person, but I remember the face and I forget when or where I meet the person. Is this strange?
Yes, I know your situation. This is the reason why I always put in a paper what I need to do in the next day. But sometimes, I don't know, girls, if you notice it, but we are passing for a moment that we have a lot of meetings, a lot of scheduled meetings at the job. All people would like to talk inside a meet. And if you have a scheduled meet, you probably will have actions to do after the meeting. So every meeting is a new situation that you probably will have another things to do. So I prefer to have always my a paper with me and write down everything that I needed to do and list the critical things that are most important in order to avoid forgetting anything. So in my case, I prefer to do that. But yes, girls, I already forgot some things, and this is so embarrassed, as Ayla said. Maybe I have a meeting scheduled for to 1 hour, and I would need to do something to delivery in this meeting, but I didn't do. And oh my gosh, what I would do? We have a lot of things to provide in this meeting to talk for all the team, and I'm so trust on that. I say to the organizer, oh, please, would you like to reschedule this meeting for tomorrow, maybe? Because I didn't do the things that I would like to deliver in this meeting. So it's so bad, but in the same time, I prefer to be trust and say this, walk in a true way. In this case, oh my gosh, it's bad. So okay, now Andrea, can you choose a question for us? You can read, respond, and choose another person to respond as well.
Yes.
You can choose wherever you prefer.
Okay. Number 7, guys. How can we use technology to help us remember better? I have to confess that I don't use technology to help me remember things. I try to, in my job, for example, I have a routine, and I try to follow my routine every day. If I change something, probably I will be disturbed in the rest of the day because I didn't follow my routine. I like to write down things, but I don't use the cell phone or agenda on cell phone to help me remember things. I believe that it's necessary, but I prefer working in this way because for me it works. And sometimes I forget something, but it works. That's it.
What about you, Ayla? And do you use technology?
No, I don't use, but I know there are some apps of the schedule. They offer a schedule to organize your daily routine. I think it's good, but I never use it until now. I prefer, like Andrea, I prefer using my own schedule. So I try to organize my tasks, and but I don't know. I don't usually this kind of technology to organize it better. But I think it's good, especially for someone who has difficulty to organize it or uh, usually forgot some important something. Uh, I think it's very complicated, especially at a work environment, and when we for, forget uh, something important to do, or to forget to attend a meetings, and so it's important to create. I don't know how, but it's important to organize something to create your schedule the good way as as much as possible for it. But in my case, I don't use this kind of technology.
Okay, thank you. And you, Monica? Do you use?
When I have an appointment, a personal appointment, I usually set on alarm on my cell phone because I think it's important. Or, for example, I need to take a medicine once a month. For me, it's impossible to remember the day. I put on alarm. I usually set technology only this point, but I because I prefer to do or to make a list on paper, because I think for me when I write down, I memorize. I prefer this list. For example, this moment I am learning a lot of tasks in my new job. Nowadays it's perfect because I use the technology for this. I record the explanation in Microsoft Teams, but after this, I saw the records, but I make my own list. For me, it's more easy to memorize.
Yes. In my case, I'm similar to you. If I write down, I memorize it. There's something that I cannot explain. When I write down, I remember that I had a note and I needed to do something related to that. And I go back to my paper to know, to see what I'm I have to do, and I remember. So this is something interesting. When I write down, I remember. If I don't,
I use the same technique, I don't know, to study, because I need to write to study. I don't like it to use, for example, grammar in apps. I prefer to write.
and I may enter in another subject, another issue. Nowadays, our children are not used to write down. They are just typing.
Only this.
So this is something that I was talking yesterday with my friend, that nowadays the children don't know the things that we are used to do. And this is so interesting. In the same time, I'm concerned about it, but it's the future.
Yes, the new generation.
The new generation. And girls, about myself, I use the Microsoft Teams to schedule all things that I need to do at the job, because the own teams advise me about the next meeting, about the meetings of tomorrow, for example. And for the small things, the specific things that I need to do, I write down on a paper, my book. And personal things, as Monica said, I put a reminder, sorry, a reminder in my agenda of cell phone, and I schedule an alarm in order to remember. For example, an exam schedule for tomorrow. If I needed to be without food, for example, I put in the alarm, don't eat 4 hours before the exam, for example. If I have another meeting, personal things, I put in the agenda. It helps me a lot, not forgetting the things. Okay, so Ayla, can you choose another question for us, please?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Number 4. Do you know any mental disorder related to memory? Have you already researched this? So guys, I think the main mental disorder, I think it's Alzheimer. It's a hard problem, unfortunately, and so I see someone close to me who has this kind of disorder, and I think it was most complicated for her family because she I don't know, she changed a lot in her behavior uh, suddenly. It was very strange. She was a older woman, but she started to behave as a kid, and that she became she had a behavior as a teenager, and it was so difficult for her family. And unfortunately, this person passed away, but she forgot everyone, uh, everyone, and it was so um, it was so difficult for her family because they hurt a lot, and I think um she started to forgot single single stuff, uh, like to keep clothes in the fridge instead of in the drawer, for example. It was so strange, and it was very hard. Uh, yeah, I think this moment I can remember about this example.
What
That's
about
it.
you, Andrea? Do you know some mental disorder? How do you think?
No, no, as Ayla said, I can thinking about Alzheimer. Thank God, I don't know anyone who has this this disease. Um, it could be very hard, like Ayla said. I was imagining the situation and dangers because if the person live alone, for example, put something on the stove, for example, and forget, oh my gosh, it's very dangerous.
What about you, Monica? How do you think?
Yes, I don't remember this. I think in my mind, I remember this moment Alzheimer, but I know a person has a problem with memory when I had hard depression because it's very complicated. Because I think when a person has is a difficult moment. I don't know if it's a problem the memory, but I think it's a problem, general problem. I think people don't want to remember everything. I think it's complicated. But I think, for example, in my mind, to learn a new language is a good exercise to avoid Alzheimer. I read a subject about this because it's necessary to train my mind. It's necessary to learn new things every day. I think it's very important.
Good, good. And I
To try.
I read a book called the I don't know in English. Maybe there is a name in English, but the name in Portuguese is O Fim do Alzheimer. In English, it could be The End of Alzheimer. Is a doctor who evaluated a lot of patients during his experience as a doctor during 20 years. I mean, and he evaluated that there is unbalanced thing between vitamins, neurotransmitters, and other things of your body. and maybe you could provide this kind of vitamins and other things in order to decrease the disease, not to be infect the end, but you can decrease the situation, maybe stop in the moment that the person is that time. So this is a sad disease, and I don't know if you read or listen about the famous actor
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, yes.
I love him.
Yes, he's so sad.
So sad, yeah.
This disease, and his family is so sad as well. And you know, girls, he had a lot of money, the access of the best treatment of the world, and we don't have the end of Alzheimer as well. Yes, the cure of Alzheimer. But maybe we needed to avoid to have this disease. Maybe in previous time of our lives, maybe we can have a healthy life, do some things to avoid, as Monica said, learn a new thing every day. It's important to train our mind to learn new things, to be used to see and learn and remember. What else? It's important. And of course, to have a healthy life. That is important for our body. Okay. So, Monica, can you choose another question for us, please?
Okay. Third, do you think people can learn to improve their memory and reduce forgetting? I think yes. I think it's necessary to train our mind every day. I think it's very important to learn new things. I think it's necessary to read a book because, for example, I have a example in my house, in my family. My mother has some problems with memory, but my mother don't want to read. My mother don't want to train her mind. I think when we don't note, but it's a big danger to lose the capable to analyze the things. I think it's necessary to train our mind. It's necessary always train our mind, I think.
I totally agree with you. What do you think, Andrea?
Yes, I agree with Monica. I think we need to keep the mind in movement, in progress. I try. I don't. No, it's not I don't like to read. I like to read, but I don't have time. But I am studying a language. I am working every day, so I think it's my mind. It's working. And Monica said about her mother. My mother, Monica, likes to doing a crossword to exercise the mind. I think it's very interesting because it's a
It is.
pastime, but we are, how can I say, we are keeping our mind in movement.
My sister and me bought a lot of crosswords, but my mom, I don't like. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Convince someone. And you, Ayla, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's important to try to improve your memory all the time. It's a good way. It's by reading or doing crosswords, as Monica and I said. I think it's very important or to start to study another language. I think it's a best way to improve our memory because I don't know. Nowadays, I think my brain uh, is better. Is better. Uh, Nowadays, it's very confusing, but this exercise to create sentences in another language, I think it's a hard exercise to push my brain to work better. So I think it's so good. And but I don't know. I think people uh, should find something to improve your memory in a good way. They they can exercise because there are people like to read or other like to do crossword or other like to listen. I think you listen to it's a good exercise too. Uh, I think I have already memorized better than my visual memory. It's for me it works better and yeah, and right now it's a good exercise too. So I think there are a lot of options, and it's good to find what you like to do and to practice as much as possible for you. Yeah,
Thank you so
that's
much
my
for your advices. And I agree. I totally agree with you. And there is something that works for me. Girls, I don't know if you are in the same way, but when I don't have a good night of sleep, I cannot remember nothing the next day. So I think for me, one thing that is one of the most important things in terms of health is to sleep at least 7 hours per day. So for me, it's so important. And doctors say that the night at the night the brain there is a trash at the brain, and all residues are eliminated at the night. The pH of the brain decrease, and it is an important moment of our day. So for me, it's so important to sleep at least 7 hours per day. I have this challenge every day because you know it's a challenge. Maybe we sleep at least 7 hours, but I try. I try, girls. So I will choose another question for us. Question number 9. We will change something in our conversation now in order to go ahead with this meeting. Do you think memories play an important role in our emotions? What about the emotional way in your life? What do you think, Andrea?
Yes, I think memories is very important for our emotions because it's related with our life, I think. We remember things that when we are a teenager, for example, and I believe that for me, for example, it's very important to remember some situations that I have passed in my life. Good situations, bad situations. It's always to make us learn about the things. I believe that it's very important.
And you, Ayla, what do you think?
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important for me, for example. I remember the day when my daughter born, and so when I remember this, I don't know, but I feel as I could feel the smell uh, smell her, and so it's very crazy. Like, I don't know, but when I think about it, I feel so emotional, and I miss this moment because it was very special for my life when I I I became mom. It's so special. Uh, I remember I cried. I cried a lot, and it's so emotional for me. You know, yeah. And I remember when I was a child, and I had a happy childhood, and I played a lot with my friends, and it was so good. When I remember this, I feel um, I feel very emotional, and it's a good sensation for me. Yeah.
Good. Maybe we remember the smell, the taste, the what we were doing. So yeah,
Yeah, the taste of my birthday cake that my mom made for me when I was a child. Yeah.
good, good. And you, Monica, what do you think?
I think it's, in my opinion, our life is made of memories. I think it's very important. I remembered I was child when I lived in the same house with my mother, my father, my sister, and I. My father died 22 years ago, but I remember until now, and the father's kiss. It's possible to close my eyes. I remember this sensation, the smell, the feel. I think it's a good I remember when I said, I remember when I became a mother, when my son I forgot nasceu, grow up,
Born.
born. I remember when my son was born. I think the memory is a fantastic thing, because my son, the next week, my son will be 22 years old. But I remember the day. How can I today now? Oh my gosh.
It's so interesting. It seems that some memories fix in our mind and we don't lose them. So this is so interesting. And good memories and bad memories. And Andrea said that we can learn. We need to learn with them. So I agree with you, Monica. We are made of memories. Our life, good and bad memories.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. And nowadays, for example, if I have a hard meeting at the job, when I go to the bed to rest, I stay remembering all the words that people said to me and that I said to them. If we had a discussion, a hard discussion, I remember all words. And
Me too.
there are some things that fix in our minds. And we needed to learn with them, to learn a lot. So, girls, it was an amazing time with you. I thank you so much for your participation here in this meeting, in this time. We have a survey about our meeting. I will put the link on the chat. This is just to understand how we could improve our meetings. If you have an advice, if you have some opinion on that, we are open to receive your advices, okay?
Okay.
So thank you so much. Have a good night, a good weekend. And of course, I hope to see you on the next Wednesday. Thank you so much, girls.
Bye bye. See you.
Thank you, Sarah. Bye bye,
Bye.
girls.
Good evening.
Thank you.